There we go. Fix Arc's Jolt crashing on these mist summons. That sounds funny. Show when monsters are hurt by Arc Jolt. Yay! I can approve of that. That's something that was bugging me from last time, from yesterday. Don't let Arc Jolt travel through walls out of line of sight. Huh? I thought that it already didn't do that. Hmm. I all right, whatever. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Only fixes to Arc Jolt. What's the changelog? Yeah, only a couple of things. If you wanna see the changelog for yourself, let me give you a link to that. Give me a second. There you go. Um, and so you can read through all of the changes. There's been a ton of them. Mm, Anyway, we were in Elf and we were running around killing things with Iron Shot. I have Servitor and I don't think I've been casting Servitor a lot, but I really should do it more often. I wonder if I should try to run away from the level since I got marked. Let's give that a try. Mm. Seems like it was not much of an issue to stay in the level. There is a couple of dudes here, but it should be fine. Um, this guy's actually kind of hurt. It's a bit surprising. Yeah, there's a lot of them. All right. A lot of them. 4. Okay. This would be the time where I would really like to have something that just destroys them. But unfortunately, I do not possess such a thing. I guess I'm gonna walk forward. Okay, I got Fogu. That's nice. I'm just gonna wait here for them to bunch up. Arc Jolt. And there we go. Look at that. Much prettier than it used to be. Big change. So apparently for a very brief period of time yesterday, it used to go through, or it used to like traverse through beyond your line of sight, which is certainly quite interesting. I didn't notice it one bit. And there was one occasion where I thought that it would actually travel through, or like through tiles that I couldn't see, but it didn't really do it. So I don't know what's up with that. 16 spell casting. I wonder if I should be training something else. I wonder, like, I don't remember if yesterday I said that. Oh, tiles, of course, tiles. Yeah, I was like just so enthralled in my gameplay that I forgot about tiles. Sorry for that. Anyway, I don't know if I should learn anything other than, like, I guess I could learn LRD, but nah. A statue form is also another one that I could reasonably learn. Oh, Anius. Perhaps this was a bit of a mistake, but let's see how it goes. Anius is almost there, and I take 37. I can go for another Radiate. It actually is dealing quite a bit of damage. Super convenient. Okay. Oh, that sucks. I wanted to Arc Jolt these guys. Really not going in my favor. Um, what dealt 39 damage? Oh, that dealt 39 damage. That's pretty much the only thing that dealt damage. That's kind of crazy. Oh, pretty bad blink. Blinked me right into the fray again. This is a rather nasty room, not gonna lie. I do see Condenser Bane, which is my first experience of Vocable in the entirety of the game. Kind of excited for it. Is this Knight? I don't have teleport. I don't have teleport. That's crazy. Well, this is not very good. Let's try to ask for some godly assistance. Human's Man and Haste sounds delightful. Yep. I really don't like the dancing weapons, by the way. That's like super messed up. Um, I can run faster than them. I don't know for sure. Oh, it got distracted. Let's go. That's what I needed actually, so I could cast Swiftness. speed up the process of running away. Oh, I ran into a dead end. That could be a serious issue. Do you have a launcher? You don't have a launcher, otherwise you would be labeled as having a launcher. Regardless, I am really, really fast since I have swiftness and haste, and they stack up. So I can just like run for my life. This is pretty much enabling Spriggan mode. Um, yeah, pretty rough. My character kinda like when I get into situations like that, it's a pretty serious issue because this is not the kind of character that can afford to be in such positions. Mm, this is the kind of character that should already be casting by this point Chain Lightning or Firestorm or stuff. The closest to that I have is MCC, and MCC doesn't really fit that purpose, you know. I guess I also have LCS, but yeah, you can see it here, MCC, and yeah, it's really not what I want. Maybe a statue form. I'm gonna continue training spellcasting. By the time I get to experience level 21, I'm probably gonna already be able to learn statue form, since leveling up gives you one spell slot, and I'm very close to getting 17 spellcasting, which will give me another one. When it comes to spellcasting, you get a spell slot every half level of spellcasting, and you get one per level up. So yeah, that Deep Elf Archer is annoying. I didn't need it. Yeah, it has a longbow too. These guys are bad. I am not a fan of them. This would be a good time to have this happen. Yes, exactly. So I could wait for them to get closer to me and then just destroy them with my close range, very strong spells. I really do think that the kind of build that I'm running with right now would be amazing on something that can be a bit more robust than a deep elf. In fact, if I had exactly the same character with like the same gear and everything, like really the same gear except maybe for the helmet, because everything else could be equipped by an ogre, it would be an amazingly good character because I would have closer to. I would probably have more than double the amount of HP that I have right now, without really making a lot of sacrifices to other stuff because I'm not really like super very highly training anything. Um, the aptitudes of the deep elf are noticeably better than the ones from an ogre, but still, with an ogre I wouldn't have trained dodging and armor, for example. Mm, So I think that I would have a pretty strong character if I had been an ogre instead of a deep elf. Killing these deep elf archers is very very annoying. They're unfortunately very resistant to my main way of killing things, which is iron shot. Do I get strength? I'm thinking about it very thoroughly because I do have access to Quicksilver skills, and I was really thinking about using those for the rest of the game. I think that I'm gonna get some strength. Let me cast Servitor. Where is the Servitor button? It is this. Okay. Hide behind the Servitor. Ask the Servitor to kill the High Priest. The High Priest dies. Beautiful. How much damage does your Iron Shot deal? 3 dice of 30. Very respectable 3 dice of 30 damage. Obviously there's some dragons in here. Tin of Tremorstone, Condenser Bane, Lightning Wrath. So we got some pretty good loot out of doing that. We went through a sizable amount of the game without finding experience evocables, and we found the two most powerful ones just from opening that door. It is just a little bit of a shame that I was unable to Arc Jolt. And by the way, I just have my one of my keycaps from the keyboard just like fly away again. So it's the fourth time such a thing has happened since I have gotten the keyboard. Pretty funny. Unfortunately, it's super easy to just put it back. I just like put it in there and press down, and now it's very solidly in there. I just find it funny that it happens at all. This is kind of bad. I don't think I want to be there. I also don't think I want to be there. Yeah, it's very complicated. I want to go through some stairs that don't lead me into a fight like this immediately. Is this rock? Okay. Okie dokie. I see an annihilator. Okay, Arcjolt is a pretty funny spell. Look at that. It's beautiful. Jipakus, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. I hope that you have been enjoying whatever you were doing before arriving to the stream. I assume that you were playing Crawl. Thank you for the raid once again. If you are here from the raid, I am Nine Settler and I play Crawl, and I will start playing other things as well alongside Crawl. I'm trying the new changes from 0.30 trunk that were just added to the game very recently. Most noticeably, I'm trying Arc Jolt, which is a brand new spell that does very funny things. Um, yeah, Crawl is pretty cool. I would like to not die here, but I don't have teleport. Would like to find. Well, I should go back and buy those. After all, am a worshipper of Gosak. Haze would have been nice here. Haze would have been nice. Like, I don't need tree form. Really don't need tree form. In fact, it would be kind of bad since there's dancing weapons. I think I'm gonna get tree form regardless, because the other things don't do anything, and in fact are quite hazardous. In tree form, I still have pretty much every resistance, even disregarding the potion, because I have pretty much everything that I need from the ring, this ring, and this scimitar. They're pretty great items. Those two got quite lucky when I found them. So these guys are, or this is melee range. I think I just have to wait for it to get to me. I think we're fine. It's just that you generally don't want to be in a situation like this. But exploration traps will do what exploration traps will do. Attraction to pull these guys towards me. Running low on mana. I'm gonna use Servitor. Should I ask Gosak for mana? I think that I'm gonna. Oh, there's an invisible guy here. And that kind of changes things a bit. In that case, I will drink a potion of mana just to play it safe. It goes through the servitor, but the servitor didn't disappear when hostile. Interesting. Would have liked it if the servitor was immune to it. Oh, it's a Deep Elf Knight. It is blocking stuff, so better not iron shot it. There we go. It was kind of sketchy, and I did well to buff up as soon as the fight began, because otherwise it would have ended in disaster. Hopefully we don't see any more exploration traps like that. With my current build, I'm really struggling quite a bit. Any slight deviation from the plan will result in me being stuck in a very sketchy situation. So yeah, what kind of character were you playing, Jipakus? As you can see, I am playing a Deep Elf, Mage, Elementalist, and I am casting Iron Shot, which is not a very Elementalist kind of thing to do, but it certainly is a very good crawl character kind of thing to do. Mommy Monk until you get back-to-back wins. I assume that you're playing just like Mommy Monk, or are you playing the Mommy Monk challenge? Because Mommy Monk and the Mommy Monk challenge are two slightly different things. One of them is painful, and the other one is just Mommy Monk. Oh, just Mommy Monk, I see. In that case, have fun with that, because I would not tell you to have fun with the Mommy Monk challenge, because I don't think that's possible. I know that I have never tried, nor I will ever. Um, Look at this book. It even has another one of the new spells, Kindle Blast Sparks. Um, I don't think I'm gonna get it, but it doesn't seem like such a terrible spell. Um, I don't care about any of those. Ah, Chain Lightning, finally. It took quite a while. Should I go for it? I kind of think that I should go for it. It's gonna be expensive, but I know that it's gonna be well worth it. It's gonna win me the game to go for that. I probably should. Let's see. I would also like to find the Ignite Poison, and definitely the Manual of Armor is interesting. Incunabulum of Damaging Metal, and it doesn't even have Iron Shot. How do you explain this? It is called Damaging Metal and it doesn't have Iron Shot. I don't get it. Um, no Ignite Poison. Wow, this book has Kindle Blast Sparks. Cool. Um, Still no Ignite Poison, it seems. Well, I did say that I was gonna get statue form, and I think it's a really, really good idea to do that, just to have a button of actual defenses. Yep, 38, 18, and 158 HP, and my resistances look beautiful. I don't really lose anything. Statue form is just a straight up very big defensive boost to this character. Could lead me towards the path of not using Quicksilver scales. It doesn't really matter. Um, but I don't know. I would prefer to not be slow, and statue form makes you slow. So we shall see how it goes. From this shop, I want Chain Lightning. I know that from this shop, I want Chain Lightning. I'll buy it. It's so cheap for a book with Chain Lightning. Maybe the Manual of Armor. I'll come back for that later. Let me drop this Ring of Fire because we don't need that. We're never gonna be using that with this character. Um, is this the bolt? I think it is. I think it is. Huh. I don't like this castle ending because it's always kind of difficult to notice when you're in the vault and when you're not in the vault. I wonder if I should statue form this. Mm, in this situation, the Cloak of the Thief would have been a rather annoying thing to have proc, um, because of the fact that I had just used Condenser Vein the turn before. So the Condenser Vein would have been completely wasted. Are these guys resistant to electricity, or is it wearing something that makes it? Doesn't seem to be the case. Lurk, alright. Enjoy the lurk. Thank you for the raid once again. It's getting kind of sketchy. I should have used Brilliance. I'm taking damage, definitely taking damage. But it is not as bad as it would have been had I not gotten statue form. Statue form has been a big improvement to my character, I would like to say. Should probably leave since I am pretty much out of juice. And just as I say that, I stumble onto this demonologist that I hope that I can kill with what I currently have. It has a 3% chance to banish me, so I'm really not afraid of that. Irradiate. Alright. Man, statue form was such a good thing to have there. It was potentially a run saver because it really does fulfill a very important role for my character statue form. I hadn't really noticed. but it is perfect because my character is not the kind of character that can afford to just run around and kill things like they're nothing. I'm not really casting high-level spells yet, like Firestorm or Chain Lightning. Once I do that, I think that Statue Form won't really be as good or important for the character as it is right now, but it's gonna take a while for such a thing to happen. Regardless, I should probably turn off spellcasting now. Let's train Air Magic and Conjurations for that. Yeah, Air Magic and Conjurations for Chain Lightning, since I already got it. Looking pretty good. There we go. Yeah, pretty good character. Oh, found a Scroll of Teleport. That's nice. That's nice. By the way, this Amulet of the Final Decision that I got right here, this is a pretty solid item, but unfortunately it is not an Amulet of Mana Regen. If it was an Amulet of Mana Regen, it would be better for this character. And if I was not playing this character, the damn Amulet would just be straight up better than an Amulet of Mana Regen. But it just happens to be the case that not this time. This time, the Amulet, which will otherwise be excellent, is just not what I need. That would have been a good moment to cast LRD on. Oh, wow. Sorcerer with Scroll Summoning. Annoying. I feel like I really spend a lot of mana killing things that shouldn't cost me that much mana to kill. Pretty decent Laja tank. Nothing that we really will use, but pretty decent nonetheless. Another tin of Tremor Stones, in case we hadn't found one earlier in Elf. You know, we went through Elf pretty quickly, I feel. How long has it been since I started the stream? Yeah, not really that long. Pretty okay Glaive, but I'm not gonna equip that. Pretty okay Cloak, but once again, I'm not gonna equip that. +2 acid scales, interesting. Pretty respectable defensive item. I don't know if it's better than the Quicksilver scales I'm carrying. Probably not. By the way, just out of curiosity, let's equip the Quicksilver scales. It really doesn't mess with my spellcasting that much to be using these. I mean, other than the spell power. The spell power does drop down somewhat since I am losing Archmagi. My defenses go up quite a bit. 25, 14 are pretty respectable defenses, way better than 16, 18. I think that I am going to stick with Archmagi for just a teeny tiny bit. Or maybe it should be the other way around, and when I get Chain Lightning, I switch to Archmagi. Yes, I think that it should probably be the other way around. Alrighty, well, that was an interesting foray into Elf. Next on our list, we have either Depths or Slime. And Slime is gonna be a pretty good thing to do with Noxious Bog and Arcjolt. Those two spells I anticipate are gonna absolutely devastate Slime, so I'm really looking forward to that. Before I go in, however, I would like to find Ignite Poison, so I'm gonna go into depths. Oh, D15 because I didn't do that. Yeah, I forgot that I got a super difficult D15, so I kinda bailed on it. I also almost died here to those ghosts. Yeah, these guys are significantly safer to fight now. When I first entered this D15, that in next to me in the stairs was like some pretty messed up stuff. But now we can properly deal with it by pressing the Iron Shot button. Pretty nice. Should have really gotten Iron Shot much earlier in the game. I did part of the level, but yeah, now I am much better equipped to do the rest of it. You shrug off the repeated paralysis, yeah. Very rare instance where the very secret resistance to paralysis comes into play. Mm. Huh. It didn't hit the ugly thing. I wonder why. The ugly thing should have been hit by this, since there's like a adjacency. And I cast Arc Jolt. Arc Jolt goes through metal. I wonder if that's broken and it doesn't go through metal anymore. Um, because it really should have gone through metal there. With Iron Shot, or with not with Iron Shot, sorry, with a statue form, I feel like I would have been able to properly enjoy the use of Arc Jolt in bolts a lot more. I like that spell quite a bit, by the way. I especially like um, the fact that it is a spell that does something that I would have, or that I always wanted to do um, for bolts, which is, do you remember those guys, the frost hearts, where they hurt you if you're standing next to a wall? Well, Arc Jolt kind of works the same way, where you hurt monsters that are standing next to a wall that you're also standing next to. Let's give the Arc Jolt a try. Yeah, it didn't hurt the Pyromancer where it should have hurt the Pyromancer. In fact, I'm gonna cast it again and it should hurt the Pyromancer again, since as you can see, Metal Wall, Metal Wall, Metal Wall, Metal Wall, Metal Wall, and Pyromancer, right? It should hurt it because it's at next to a wall that I am next to, but it doesn't. Now it did because it went through the Fire Elemental. But yeah, it should have gone through these metal walls because I was able to see them. I wonder what's up with that. It feels kind of broken. It feels like it was not very well implemented, that fix. At the very least, I am noticing that positions and situations where I was able to use Arc Jolt yesterday are not really working today, which is kind of lame. Hmm. Especially since like it was not like the position that I was in was not like some exploity thing where I was unable to see metal, but I knew there was metal, so I just like exploited that knowledge to hit a monster that otherwise I wouldn't have been able to hit. No, I had like full knowledge that there was metal making a connection between me and the monster, and it just still didn't really let me do the thing. Um, Kind of disappointing. Yeah, I feel like if the way that it currently is the way that it is supposed to be, that greatly narrows the power of the spell. So I hope that that is further fixed. But I have to mention it, otherwise no one will know. Um, I guess I could make a clip of that once I am done with the stream, so I can show it to a developer and be like, "Are you sure this is how it's supposed to work? Because it kind of doesn't look like it." And maybe that will make a developer realize that it indeed doesn't work how it should. Okay, we found the entrance to the depths. This is pretty much depth zero. This specific ending is one of the most difficult endings of dungeon in the game. And fortunately, unlike other endings to stuff, this one actually rewards you. You get some pretty okay stuff from doing it. You get some pretty high quality rings. This is resistance to electricity. Okay. Hmm. I guess I just wait until I have enough mana to summon a servitor. Yeah. Fortunately, that guy wasn't able to hurt me, so I was able to just wait for the mana for the servitor. Pretty great ring this guy has. I'm probably gonna be grabbing that for myself. I have a 6 intelligence ring, so I will be losing 3 intelligence, but I'll be gaining dexterity and other very nice stuff. So give me that. Goodbye, ring of intelligence. Um, Yeah, I do lose quite a bit of intelligence, or quite a bit of spell power, but it should be okay. I gain better defenses, or like I gain better stats, is what I meant. Yeah, I think the character got way better um, very suddenly. Upon equipping the Quicksilver skills, I should say. Mm, I assume that it's gonna be a while since until I can cast Chain Lightning. Perhaps I should just ignore the plan of Chain Lightning and go buy that Manual of Armor, Train Armor. Um, I'm gonna do that. Perhaps I'll also Amnesia Iron Shot. Or not Iron Shot. Statue form, that's what I meant. Yeah, because I cannot really Amnesia statue form. Statue form is the pillar for my character, like the core foundation of this character. So many things die to Iron Shot. Alrighty, not bad. There were some uses of Arc Jolt there. The more the game progresses and the more bans you start seeing, the more usable Arc Jolt will become. It is great. Yeah, I think it's kind of unsafe to use it against these guys, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. And a single cast of that just one-shots a couple of them. Not bad. How much damage does it deal? One dice of 56. So I think I got a pretty good roll on multiples of them, because otherwise I don't see how they would have all died. Hey, look at that! Also, Lugonu, I think, appears more often, since now Abyssal Knight no longer is a background that you can start the game with. I guess let's fight these guys because Auto Travel led me to open this. They're all resistant to electricity, immune to electricity. Okay, that's not good. Alrighty, let's continue training armor. Obviously, after all, I did buy that manual for the sole purpose of doing that. Seems the same as always, which checks out since I haven't really seen changes to Lugonu in GitHub. But I know there will be changes to Lugonu coming. It is unavoidable. Only a matter of time until Lugonu gets changes, since otherwise it would be pretty lame that Lugonu's background gets removed from the game and the god is still in the same spot. Part of the rationale behind removing Abyssal Knight from the game was the fact that allowing, like, not letting players start with Lugonu leads to potentially making Lugonu more interesting and more powerful, like giving Lugonu fancier stuff. What do you do? 0% banishment. You have a tower shield, no resistance to electricity, I mean. Arc Lightning, or not Arc Lightning, sorry, Static Discharge. Arc Lightning is from Rift Wizard. But Static Discharge, pretty good spell. Does this oh, this guy has a Buckler of Reflection. Better not Iron Shot this guy then, because that can easily end in disaster. Pretty good stuff. Of course, I'm not afraid of anyone now that I have a pretty substantial amount of armor class coupled with my incredible resistances. I have the dream pretty much. I have won many characters with similar combinations of defenses and resistances in recent times. I would like to have a bit of extra evasion with this character, but I don't think it will happen. Plus 3 gold skills is a very cheap price to pay. Yeah, I fortunately even have enough scrolls of Enchant Armor, so I just need to kill a golden dragon and get scales. I think it is a 1 in 6 chance to get scales from a golden dragon. I think this gives Ignite Poison. Yeah, okay. Should I? It's a bit too late into the game for that. It really should have appeared earlier. Ignite Poison. I was desperate for it in bolts and in my lair branches, but now, yeah, I don't know. By the way, talking about runes, I have 2 runes. So oh, Ignite Poison is useful. Yeah, I wanted it for the purpose of slime. I do want it for slime for sure. Let's get it then. Nice, Scrolls of Teleports, Enchant Armor. I'll be back for that when I find the thing. Oh, that's a pretty decent ring. Yeah, it's all upside, and it's a couple of very good properties. I mean, it's not necessarily good for my character, but great ring overall. It's just that my character has other stuff. Mm. Oh, it's so broken. Did you see that? It is legit 100% broken. There was like it doesn't go through metal walls anymore. I cast Arc Jolt. There was this guy next to this wall, and it was next to all of these guys, and all of them are at full HP. So Arc Jolt didn't do anything to them. The fix to make it not go through walls that you were unable to see actually made it so that it doesn't go through walls at all. So it absolutely is broken. After the stream, I'm gonna bug report that. Gonna use that specific instance of the bug as a clip to illustrate what actually is happening. Um, a nice thing about 2 runes, Golden and Demonic. Of course not. Of course not, Golden and Demonic. Um, as I was saying, a nice thing about streaming is that if you encounter wacky stuff with the game, you can always make clips of said stuff to easily illustrate what's wrong with it. Not resistant to electricity, but something makes me think that I probably shouldn't try to. Oh, that's messed up. Should I re-teleport now? I think I'm gonna do it just for safety. I don't think Josephina can kill me. All right, very evidently I was wrong. Josephina can absolutely kill me. Even though I have a lot of cold resistance. Interesting. Ooh, I got teleportitis. I got yellow contamination and teleportitis in the same turn. That's messed up. Now I am forced to engage with the mutation minigame. Whew, whew, look at that! Jeez. I lost 2 intelligence, but I got 4 dexterity. Well, 3 dexterity, 3 strength, and robust out of that. That's quite a lot of value from that potion. I wish I had my intelligence, however. I really like having intelligence. Iron Shot already lost quite a lot of damage. Well, time for Rant 2 against Josephina, now with less simulacra. There we go. Radiate contaminates way more than it used to. Yes, it does. It was changed. Not only was the damage decreased in 0.29, but also the damage was, or like the damage was decreased, and the contamination that it inflicts upon you was drastically increased. Pretty much, on a good roll with irradiate contamination, you can you can cast it like 3 times before it gives you yellow contamination. Where it used to be like you could cast it 4 or 5 times before it did that back in the day. But yeah, I think that Irradiate is probably a bit over nerfed, though it still has a lot of utility, just for the simple fact that it is a very consistent spell. Like it does a lot of damage, it doesn't check evasion, and it debuffs the monsters. Like it is still usable, but it is certainly not the powerhouse that it used to be. You're kind of torn because you love Irradiate, but maybe it is a bit good. Bit good is a bit of an understatement. It's a great spell. It is such a great spell that even after all those nerfs, it is still usable. Not the powerhouse that it used to be, certainly, but not useless either, which is a pretty good position to be in. On my final cast of this, I didn't deal damage to the Juggernaut. Perhaps I did surge the Juggernaut, but did no damage, just straight off because of its armor class. I think that's what happened. Otherwise, things are getting pretty wacky with this Archajolt spell. Um, there we go. Easy Juggernaut kill. Potions of 3. Let me grab that. Oh, I need to find skills. No gold skills yet. So we killed a golden dragon earlier, but we didn't get skills out of it. Hopefully, I happen to get the skills before SOT because it's gonna be a long way until I get to SOT. Very disappointing, by the way, that Arc Jolt doesn't really work anymore. Like its gimmick of going through metal is kind of broken in this version. And broken in the sense that it legit doesn't do anything. We already proved it earlier. Okay, there's this Hell Knight. Let's prove it once again. Gonna walk away from the Hell Knight. Now, I am next to this metal wall, and the Hell Knight is also next to this metal wall. So, Arcjolt should hurt the Hell Knight, and it's not gonna hurt it. Just to show once again. Huh. Oh, did it get nerfed? Did it just straight up lose the whole going through metal thing? That sucks if it did, because it was great. I was expecting to see it here. Yesterday, it said that it went through metal. Huh. Let me take a look at that at the changelog once again to make sure. Is a static discharge still in the game? Yes, static discharge is still in the game. Arc Jolt used to go through metal, but oh, letting Arc Jolt travel through metal walls is intended to be for the theme reasons, but is inconsistent with how metal walls interact with other lightning spells. Also allows damaging monsters inside bolts from safety. Oh, were you able to do that? I didn't even try that. Well, that sucks. It was pretty funny when it was able to go through walls. In that case, it's not a bug. It's entirely working as intended, but it working as intended is very disappointing. I really like the whole having it go through walls, like make me care about the like arena of the fight that I am on. Like I really enjoyed it. Um, that's a shame. I at least got to play with it a bit, I suppose. But yeah, disappointing that the developers decided to lose that. It was in the game for a day. It was a pretty funny day. Anyway, Irradiate and Jaras are best friends. In the before times, that would have hurt everyone. But now it doesn't. Manifold Assault changed though. That one hurts you as an Octopod transmitter player. I personally don't think it's gonna be that noticeable because whenever I use Manifold Assault against single targets, whenever meleeing, with an arms combat. I never really used it as a way to kill bands. It was certainly a nice option with the spell, but in my opinion, it's not that messed up of a nerf as nerfs to other things. It also costs 1 mana less, so I think it's a pretty okay change. There's talks about it potentially giving you contamination if you use it with an armed combat, and that would be messed up. I hope that never happens. But as it is right now, it's okay. Really noticeably weaker there in late game now. If you're gonna be using it in Sigrat, you probably should have something else like Chain Lightning and stuff. Chain Lightning is pretty good to have with Stormform since you need a lot of spell power to make use of Chain Lightning. Enchant Armor. Let's go pick up a couple of Enchant Armors. All of the Enchant Armor in the game is gonna go straight towards that trove. Read this, enchant this. There we go. Probe. Okay, before I go in, let me drop a couple of stuff. Couple of things to be dropped, and this and the wands should be fine. Perhaps the potions as well, just to play it safe. Yes, I will give it +3 gold skills. We get Thrash. That's not Thrash, but it's not really useful for me. That's pretty strong. Yeah, that's really strong. I'm gonna carry it. I'm not gonna use it, but it's a pretty strong item regardless. That's kinda bad. That's also kinda bad. It's also kinda bad. Box of Beasts is nice. I didn't have that. Very respectable item, but I don't need it, and I don't need that. Yeah, I don't really know what I was expecting from these. It's a selection of three respectable items, but none that my character can really take advantage of. Alrighty. Let's continue with our exploration of depths. It's very nice that I did end up getting that set of gold scales. What is surprising to me, however, is that it was off the floor. I really was not expecting it to go or like to happen like that. Very disappointing, this teleport trap. Oh, by the way, let's stop training armor. Let's go back to training for Chain Lightning. Maybe I will get to it. Conjurations, Air Magic. I'm gonna need a bit of mana. Go sack, please. Brilliance, mana, heal wounds, and curing. That's great. Yeah, that's all that I needed. Okay, it's a lot of damage. The Brilliance power increase is actually coming in kind of clutch, considering how much spell power we have lost. I haven't found any Spriggan bands to truly take advantage of with my Arc Jolt spell. And yeah, Arc Jolt and Static Discharge are very, very similar. Mm, Glad to hear that I was not the only one who noticed the similarity. The thing about Arc Jolt is that it is like Static Discharge, but it will always go through every monster that is adjacent to other monsters. Um, and well, the wall thing, but the wall thing was removed. That's so lame. Like, I'm not a fan of the wall thing being removed. I really enjoyed that. Especially since like it let me emulate something that I really liked, that I really wanted to emulate um, from these guys, you know, the Frost Hearts. Kind of sketchy. I literally spammed Iron Shot and I wasn't able to kill Jody. I used all of my mana on Iron Shot and Servitor, and it was not enough to kill Jody. Kind of a shame. I wonder if Lightning Rod is gonna get the job done. Okay. Very lame fight. But it was okay. It was okay. 9 dice of 8. The damage actually went down quite a bit. It used to be 9 dice of 11. Yeah. I'm gonna miss the Arc Jolt going through walls thing. I thought that the change was Arc Jolt going through walls out of line of sight. Um, the rationale for it, like letting you hurt monsters through safety, is not quite that consistent in my opinion, because like there's special cases for other spells that don't let you hit monsters that are like completely sealed off in ways that otherwise you would be able to. For example, LRD. I would have liked to see that being added to Arc Jolt instead of just having it lose um, that option at all. And also the thing regarding inconsistency with other lightning spells, I don't know. I don't particularly care about that. And And yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it, but Static Discharge is still in the game. In fact, I've been using it quite a bit with this character. Now that I have Ignite Poison, I should probably go back to good old Poisonous Vapors for the purposes of killing things. Yeah, it's not gonna go well. Um, oh, where's my Iron Shot? What's the bottom for Iron Shot? Yeah, lots of things die to Poisonous Vapors plus Ignite Poison in this place. Did that guy have fire resistance? It did have fire resistance. In fact, its Buckler of Fire resistance is better than mine, so I guess it's upgrade time. How is Chain Lightning looking? 99%, so we're making progress. I wonder how it looks if I take off the Quicksilver scales. 94, so yeah, we're not quite there yet, nor we will be for a while. Ooh, Caravan as a Ghost Worshipper. That's amazing. Caustic Strike is not so amazing, but we should be able to deal with it. This character is actually pretty good at dealing with Caustic Strike since I have resistance. Let me cast or like use one of the roots to stop them in place and then Iron Shot. 79% chance to hit. That's crazy. Those guys are so evasive that even though they are held by the roots, it's still difficult to hit them with Iron Shot. I gave myself Yellow Contamination again. I have been noticing that Yellow Contamination gives you the mutation like immediately, pretty much. It's kind of rough. Yeah. There was one instance earlier where I got Yellow Contamination and I got malmutated in the same turn instead of having the chance to fix it, you know? I think I kinda miss having Iron Shot on the quiver. It definitely is a byproduct of having Iron Shot on the quiver for so long. And by the way, earlier before I said gold scales, but then I had completely forgotten that Ghost Sack prevents me from getting them altogether. Same goes for wands from monsters that can drop wands on death, like Eleonoma and Fenstrider Witches. Impossible to get those items with Ghost Sack because the corpses are turned into gold. Magic mapping. We have that's the entrance to Sot. That's the cigarette. Oh, that's a caravan right there. It is very far away from all the stairs. It's actually gonna be quite a journey to get there. Yeah, the least amount of fights that I can get in while getting there, the better, because I don't want to miss it. Okay, it seems that we got there. Pretty nice. This boat used to have deep water surrounding the thing in its entirety. I'm glad that it's no longer the case. Okay, before going in, once again, let me drop all my potions. Let's go in here. Let's see what we get. Fen folio. What does that have? Noxious bog. Yeah. I remember that it had something desirable, but in this case it's something that I already have. Acquirement. Very cheap acquirement. Obviously gonna buy it. Let's see what we get from it. We made 600 gold out of buying that. Not bad. Plus 6 buckler with 4 intelligence. I think that maybe I should get that. Yeah, the 4 intelligence is actually a big deal, and I don't really need to have 3 pips of fire resistance, which is what I currently have. I have 2 from my rings and a third one from my buckler, so I could just replace that with 4 intelligence. I will probably do that instead of getting the money. Let's see what else we got. Amulet of Vitality. Ooh, okay, that's an instant buy. This is the new version of the Amulet of Vitality. In case you are not aware, Amulet of Vitality now gives 2 pips of a normal region and 2 pips of mana region, so it is just the ultimate upgrade from my Amulet of Mana region. It makes me have 1.9 HP region and 1.1 mana region. It is so absurdly strong. Very happy to have found it, though I would have definitely preferred to have found it earlier. But it's better late than never, I suppose. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Let's get out of here, I suppose. We don't want to buy anything else here? I don't think so. Maybe the Enchant Armor. Do I even have anything to enchant? Not really, nor I will switch armor from the Quicksilver Scales, and if anything, I will go to my I will go back to my Robe of Archmagic, which is already fully enchanted, so whatever. Let's read acquirement. Get this buckler. Equip the buckler. Goodbye buckler. And Robe of Archmagic for now. Let me pick up my potions before I forget about them. And yeah, looking pretty good. Also, I got pretty much 3 dex, or is it 2 dexterity, 2 intelligence, and 2 strength? Because everything has -2, or yeah, pretty much -2. I think it is like that. 2 dexterity, 2 strength, and 2 intelligence. Also, the 10% extra HP from the robustness mutation is pretty convenient. Perhaps I should train some fighting instead of trying to go for chain lightning. How far away from it am I anyway? 93%. I think that if I continue training for it, I would absolutely get to it, but I think fighting is probably more valuable. Not like the training goes to waste anyway. It gives me more spell power, which I do need. I don't really feel like doing this right now. I kind of want to leave and go do what is this thing called? Wanna leave and go do slime is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, purple draconians are gonna be rough since they definitely hurt me quite a bit. Anyway, I'll come back to these later and let's go do slime. I wish I had not transferred because I didn't see that Arcjolt got brutally nerfed by the transfer. I would have liked to try Arcjolt on Bolts 5 at least once. You know, before it got turned into what it is right now. Jeez, the Amulet of Vitality is so insanely strong for my character. I used to like the extra HP from the Amulet. Like, that was also a nice thing to have, but it definitely pales in comparison to this version of the Amulet of Vitality. It just, like, goodbye to any amount of resting that I will have to do. Thanks to the Amulet of Vitality. Alrighty, let us continue. No. I got the worst mutation in the game, but I don't know if I wanna remove it because my other mutations are like really, really good. So yeah, I hope that it doesn't get me killed having minus a scroll. I hate having minus a scroll. I really think it's super messed up. Pretty ridiculous mutation. Even after the nerf, I think still it is a pretty ridiculous mutation. But not much to do about it. I'm just gonna stick with it. The rest of my mutations is good enough to warrant that, especially the robustness. Robustness is so good. Final level of slime. Let's regen my mana real quick. Yeah, I needed to get rid of the shining eye before it got more annoying. We really don't want to get any more malmutations for as long as we can, prevent it. It is unavoidable by the time of SOT 5, of course, since orbs of fire are impossible to kill fast enough. Um, hey, Bycross! Good to see you around. Thank you for stopping by. I hope that you have been enjoying the content that I put on YouTube. Also, thank you for the continued support. I see that you have the 1 year batch. Uh, yeah, how has life been going for you? I figured that you were like on vacation or something, or too busy with work because that happens too. Mm, maybe I should use Brilliance. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. We wait 1 turn. I think we wait 1 turn. Oh, you know what I should be doing? Yeah, I should be casting Noxious Bog. Aha, like Noxious Bog is such a staple of this place. Ignite Poison. Royal Jelly doesn't die from that. Um, this is exactly what I didn't want to see when it came from the cloud of, or from the cloak of the thief. Didn't want it doing exactly that and just like deleting a lot of my Noxious Bogu. And regardless, we ended up winning the fight. Mix of work and other life stuff. Slowly making my way through my tournament characters. All right, it's good to hear. There's one more that I haven't put on YouTube, which is gonna be the longest one. It lasted me like 7 hours. It was a 15 rune demon spawn character. Very, very powerful character. The kind of character that a player inclined to go do Mega 6 would absolutely take for Mega 6 and do very well. But I didn't really feel like doing that. It's not my kind of thing. So, yep, I didn't do it. Mm, so we're currently playing 0.30. After this character, I kind of want to try a deep elf berserker or so and try to go for swords since I tried that in the previous version, but it was kind of messed up with how difficult monsters were. But some monsters, funnily enough, the most egregious culprits of my grievances with the previous version have had their melee nerfed quite a bit. So I was thinking that I could give that a try again. Maybe it is actually good. It's probably not gonna be actually good, but it's probably gonna be playable, which is more than you could say before for melee deep elf. This character with this scimitar would have been a great melee swords deep elf, but it instead was a mage, and that's fine. Okay, this is going to be a very funny arc jolt. It's gonna hit everyone except for this guy and this guy. Yeah, look at it go. It's amazing. Pretty strong spell for the purpose of doing slime, since the slime tends to have very large agglomerations of monsters like that. I like it a lot. I cannot believe that the whole Arc Jolt going through walls thing was in the game for what was essentially a day or two. Um, then it got removed. I think that we're good. I don't think I want anything from there. I kind of want to go do Bolt 5 for, more experience. What was that lightning spell? It was Arc Jolt. Blasts electricity through everything in range and connected to the caster, either by adjacency or via a chain of other creatures. The damage dealt partially bypasses armor. Pretty cool spell. It's brand new for the version. Yesterday, this spell went through metal walls as well, which was great for Bolt's purposes. It was really awesome, but that was removed earlier today, which is, in my opinion, a big shame. Um, you never played with Chain Lightning, but is that similar? It kind of is. Chain Lightning can go, like, you can cast it and it will hit monsters that are far away from you. This one doesn't. Chain Lightning also deals significantly more damage and completely bypasses, or like partially bypasses resistance and armor class as well. This one doesn't bypass resistance. So yeah, Chain Lightning is more powerful, way more powerful. But of course it is because Chain Lightning is a level 9 spell. Is it just a strict improvement over Static Discharge? Static Discharge is a starting book spell. This is not. Static Discharge is completely ignores armor class. This one does not. And Arc Jolt will 100% bounce to monsters that are not next to you, while Static Discharge will not. They're very different, but it does feel like an upgrade, like a Static Discharge +1 or so, if that's what you're talking about. I think the most important difference is that it doesn't start in the Elementalist book. If it did, it would be a very direct upgrade, but that makes it not be a direct upgrade. It means that you get to play with it if you find it, which is kind of how Crawl is. Okay. I wonder if I should do Bolt 5 with this character. I kinda want to, but I also kinda don't want to because I am a bit nervous about it going poorly. Also, I got minus a scroll, and I don't want to get into a tricky situation there, be unable to read scrolls and then die. That would be very bad. Ouch. Ouch, it didn't die from that. It was almost dead and I used Irradiate and it didn't die. I feel insulted by that. I kind of take that personally. It's a shame that Irradiate is nerfed. It is not really that I did like very little damage. As you can see, it has 3 dice of 27 damage, but it still didn't kill the Black Draconian Knight at almost death. I just got a very, very bad roll, which is always a possibility in nerf or not. Cloak of Fire Resistance. I think it's better than the Cloak of the Thief, other than, for the See Invisible. See Invisible is a property that I have come to appreciate somewhat in the current version of the game. But I will take Fire Resistance over that, especially since that puts me back to 3 pips of Fire Resistance, which is nice for SOT. Not necessary, but certainly quite nice. Ouch. Been taking a lot of damage from those purple draconian blasts. Very annoying. Arcjolt doesn't work against the Storm Dragon because it is immune to electricity. Wouldn't really do anything. So I guess I'll just continue spamming my Iron Shot. Alrighty. The character got very, very powerful, I would say. Yeah, I like this character quite a bit now. I wonder if Arcjolt is gonna have utility for the purpose of doing a Ziggurat. It kind of does seem like a spell that would be reasonable to use on a Ziggurat. Got 3 casts of Irradiate there. Very little contamination. Got kind of lucky. Aiming for anything over 3 is kind of impossible now, however. Let's do bolts 5. Sure, let's do bolts 5, just so I can get a bit of extra experience with this character. I wonder if I should continue training fighting, or if I should go back to Chain Lightning. I am going to go back to Chain Lightning. I think it is almost impossible for me to get to Chain Lightning before I start finding Orbs of Fire and stuff, but I'm gonna try regardless. Oh, I shouldn't have done this. Yeah, going into the level like this is not the correct thing to do. But I'm gonna try Arc Jolt, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be funny. Look at that. I think it dealt damage to. It didn't deal damage to everyone. Yeah, it stopped at some point. Interesting. Okay, now it did deal damage to all of the Bolt guards. This is pretty funny. I wonder if I can kill them all, like, by doing that. The fun stops when I see a Warden, of course, or when this tentacle monstrosity grabs me and decides to kill me. It did do a very respectable job of dealing with all of these guys, I have to say. So yeah, that's very, very good. Let's go through the shaft right now, so I don't get grabbed by the tentacle monstrosity. What is the shaft? Where is the shaft? There it is. All right. Doing this with the old version, with the original version that went through walls, through metal walls, would have been amazing. Yeah, it would have been so great. It's a shame that I didn't read the commit. I assumed that it was a bug fix when it was a nerf, and I upgraded the version. We shall never know how it is, unless, of course, that we start an offline character that hasn't been updated. But I'm not gonna do that. Heal, wounds curing 3, might and resistance. I wanted magic. Getting magic from Gosak is oddly difficult. However, this character has been finding substantial amounts of potions of magic, so I could reasonably just use it. Use one of my own potions of magic. And I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I didn't really want to get caught completely unable to do anything. So potion of magic was the way to go. It's nice that now I can actually get hit by a couple of monsters with launchers without like exploding absolutely, which was unfortunately not the case when I first did this. When I did bolts 1 through 4, this character has definitely grown a long way since then. Let's see if I can actually get mana from these. No. I guess I do get brilliance, but keep getting resistance and might, which are completely worthless for my character. Do I want to use another potion of mana? Not really. Do I feel at risk here? Somewhat. Maybe I shouldn't. What I was originally gonna do here, which was, by the way, a terrible move, was use a potion of ambrosia to regain mana. But yeah, that would have been a terrible thing to do. Not the kind of character that I can afford to do that. In fact, there's very few characters that can afford to do such a thing. Unless it's a very desperate position to be in, or like they would be in. Yeah, it's been rather sketchy, and it's definitely forced me to use a couple of consumables, but it's not anything that I am really afraid of or anything. How is this looking? Chain lightning, 86%. I feel like if I put a ring of a Ring of Wizardry, and I also took off the Quicksilver skills, I would be able to cast Chain Lightning. But it's a bit too much of a sacrifice to make for something that I don't really need. So I don't think I'm gonna do it. Oh, there's a lot of Yoctor captains. Okay. Didn't go as bad as I thought it was going to go. I think we're fine. Quicksilver skills should make you more resistant to the Quicksilver Dragon. That would be funny. While watching some of my other videos, you notice I seem to be a bit negative about the state direction of Kroll. Do I think I'll take a longer break from the game sometime soon? Yes, that was originally the idea for 0.30. I was not going to play unless there were major changes. But then I saw this spell and I was like, oh, I want to try that. And yeah. There's also been very noticeably efforts to kind of nerf the game. Nerf the game's like, I guess, randomness, because it's not really difficulty. It's just like sometimes you get really messed up monster generation, and that's what kills you, or like grinds you out of your resources and then you die. Yeah, there's definitely incentive for like fixing that in this version. Some of the very first commits were nerfs to monsters. I do feel very negatively regarding 0.29. That was not a good version for me, definitely not. But 0.30 is gonna be way better than 0.39. It's already got some new like shiny stuff. Instead of things like attacks of opportunity, which no one really liked. I wonder if I should do that. Probably not. It's severely damaged and anti-magicked. It's not gonna last me for much longer anyway, so might as well just go for this. And summon another one. You know, the kind of character that I'm currently playing is not really well suited for such elongated fights. I would like this to be over, but monsters still keep coming after me. Oh, that's not very good. Alrighty. Yeah, I took a bit of a break from Crawl a couple of months ago, in the middle of 0.29, because it was pretty rough. And I tried Kochmind, but Kochmind, no. Yeah, Kochmind was not for me. That's the only thing that I can say. I even left it a negative review on Steam because I didn't really enjoy my time with the game. It was nice for like the first 2 days that I played Kochmind. It was actually a pretty cool game during those first couple of days. But the more I played it, the least I liked it until I got to the point where I decided that like me and Kochmind are just fundamentally incompatible because the game does a lot of things that I will never like really be interested in. The item juggling in Kochmind is just extreme. It's absurd. Um, Not only that, but also the game punishes you for fighting and incentivizes you to run away from fights. Um, which is something that I like don't really like. I prefer to just kill everything instead of running away from things. If I like running away from things, I would like cats and crawl a lot more than I do. Oh yeah, Rift Wizard is amazing. Yeah, if you have never played Rift Wizard is absolutely an incredible game, and I cannot recommend it any more than I already do. It is absolutely magical. Very, very wonderful game indeed. I was thinking that what if I bail on the Chain Lightning plan and I go for Crystal Spear, but it's already so close, 69%. I was just thinking about that since I already got Crystal Spear from a Book of Annihilations. Man, this Archeol thing is great. When it does deal damage, it deals very real damage. Pretty good ring. We've been getting some pretty decent rings with this character. We got rune number 4. Have I tried Brogue? I have tried Brogue, but very briefly, a long time ago, and it didn't really capture me. I tried Brogue when I was branching out from NetHack. Like, I got to the point where I kind of decided that I didn't really want to play NetHack anymore, but I wanted to continue playing roguelikes since it was a genre completely mysterious and like unexplored for me back in the day. So I tried Brogue and I tried Dumarel and I played Slashem as well, which is pretty much NetHack but with more garbage. And I also played Crawl on recommendation from someone, or yeah, on recommendation from someone from the NetHack community. But Crawl was the one that I stuck with. Brogue didn't really, I don't know, like it didn't really catch on to me because on a similar fashion, you also are incentivized not to fight anything. Mm, I remember fighting something on Brogue and like losing half my HP and then resting to full HP and having it take forever and having to see my food bar drop like crazy. But yeah, it is just like a completely different game. Mm, you're glad that filler dancing is no longer a thing though. Um, Yes, filler dancing is it was pretty annoying. With the removal of it, I hope that whatever replaces attacks of opportunity is also good for the game because I don't think attacks of opportunity were that good for the game. I don't like the idea of monsters getting free attacks upon you walking away. Um, Alrighty, let's go to SOT since I've already done Bolt 5. Bolt 5 got me a pretty substantial amount of experience, up to the point where I can kinda feel Chain Lightning. Like, we're getting pretty close to it, is what I'm trying to say. Once I have Chain Lightning, I don't think I'm gonna have a lot of mana issues, like the ones that I'm currently having. I don't have Fogu. Fogu does not exist in my game. I got butterflies, so I will use fear here. Doesn't fear anyone. I don't want them to hit the trap. Okay, that's pretty rough. I'll just cast Swiftness and run for my life because I can, because Swiftness allows me to do that. Yep. Better to do that than to fight while marked in SOT. Bad things can absolutely happen if you decide to take a fight in SOT while marked. Re-teleport, go downstairs. Pretty good stuff. Arc Jolt is not gonna be that good here. But you know what's gonna be good? Ignite Poison and Poisonous Vapors. From the monsters that I currently see on the screen, only the Golden Dragon is resistant to it. The rest of them are gonna get absolutely destroyed by Ignite Poison. Ran out of mana, but unfortunately didn't really run out of enemies. When you're using Iron Shot as your main spell, that kind of thing tends to happen quite frequently, unfortunately. I see some downstairs. What if I take them? Ooh, mistakes were made. I'm gonna blink away. I get grabbed by a tentacle monstrosity. Ooh, Tiamat Band. Okay, that's pretty spooky. Is this an invisible monster? I think it is an invisible monster. It absolutely is. Yeah, in console it kind of looks like a file of lots, in case you were wondering why I didn't immediately recognize it as an invisible monster. I wonder if I'm gonna have enough time to teleport. Probably not, since there is a purple draconic here. I have 6 blinking, 3 fear. This is rough. I guess I'm gonna read teleport. Okay. Fear. Okay, fears even the purple draconian, which has a ton of willpower. That's pretty good. I burned through mana so fast. Yes, I'm only really casting Servitor when I'm like super low on mana, but I'm also going up on mana real quick because of my great Amulet of Vitality that I just found. 2 pips of mana regen, 2 pips of normal regen. Incredible item, very strong. Um, I think that old Amulet of Vitality was potentially stronger for certain characters, but this one is like just like a really solid option for pretty much every character that encounters it. Yeah, pretty strong amulet. Big fan of it. Once again, I am devoid of mana. That really does happen a lot if you put Iron Shot on the quiver. I think the time has come to go back to Poisonous Vapors on the quiver, since Poisonous Vapors is definitely great for the purpose of killing things like these. There we go, and it does it for so much cheaper. The only downside is that it doesn't work against everything. For example, this tentacle monstrosity would absolutely laugh if I tried to poison it, since it's poison resistant. Same goes for this green draconian. But monsters like that are the exception and not really the rule in this place. Very afraid of Tiamat, obviously. Tiamat is always a terrifying enemy to face. Gonna make myself an escape option. Tiamat always has poison resistance, by the way, so I'm never gonna be able to poison Tiamat. No matter what the color is, Tiamat always has poison resistance. I don't think I wanna go up this hatch that I have right here. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I don't want to go through that because I think that I could die if I did that. But I also don't want to fight Tiamat. Back to full mana, pretty much at full HP. The Amulet of Vitality has been such a substantial upgrade to my character. Yeah, run for stairs is what I ended up doing, and it seems to work quite well. You know, except for the fact that now I have to deal with this guy. I think that the correct thing to do against this guy is Iron Shot. That's not a Ghost Moth, right? I think it is Draconian Knight. It is a Draconian Knight. Did I kill it? I did not kill it. It is next to me. Alrighty. Okay. That Mark Trap that I got hit by was pretty nasty. If it had not been for that, I would have had a much easier time through this SOT one. But now I think it should be okay. I don't want to fight in the line of sight of that SOT trap. That's indeed something that you should probably stay away from if you wanna not die. Ouch. Blink away. This character has some pretty fantastic resistances. So in any situation where I'm not getting hit by anything physical, I am not afraid of dying by any means. That's a Ghost Moth, 100%. Do I care about the Ghost Moth? Maybe I should refresh my servitor. Yeah, now I don't care about the Ghost Moth. Does it see invisible? It does not, right? It doesn't. Okay. So I do care about the Ghost Mod somewhat. That's annoying. Lightning Rod. Hopefully that gets rid of it. I do have some okay evocations, so it gets the job done. sweet. Sweet. Didn't really have to use my potion of invisibility, which I didn't really want to use, obviously. I don't care about this ring of mana, nor this other ring, which is pretty okay, but it is just not what I need with this character. Ghost mods in Spider. Yeah, ghost mods in Spider are super messed up. By this point in the game, they're not that bad, especially since they got nerfed, because they used to just like drain you of all your mana in like 2 turns, but now they don't decrease your mana that much every time they do their thing, which is, in my opinion, a great change. Regardless, they're still pretty bad. Man, Spellforce Servitor gives you so much efficiency. Like, summon spells are so good on the terms of mana efficiency. By the way, someone made a Reddit post that I noticed earlier today where I was credited with coining the term of like mana efficiency for Magic in this game. Like depending on the spell, it has like a certain degree of mana efficiency. Like Iron Shot, I would consider to be extremely mana inefficient, since it only hurts a single target, and sometimes you need to cast it multiple times for the target to actually die, which is not particularly desirable. But it does serve a pretty good job, despite the fact that it is horrendously mana inefficient. It kills everything quite well. I will get Haste, Heal Wounds, and Curing. I wanted Brilliance and Brilliance pretty much, but I don't see Brilliance here. I'll have to give that to myself. Alrighty, how many Iron Shots was that? That was insane. Airstrike, oh yeah, Airstrike is probably one of the least mana efficient spells in the game. It is kinda pretty bad for the purposes of killing monsters, because it is like Iron Shot in term that it only deals damage to a single monster, but it doesn't even deal that much damage, and you are to you're expected to like eat the ridiculous mana cost for the versatility of being able to hit whatever monster that you see because of its targeting. So it pays in mana efficiency for the very luxurious targeting that it has. What is worse for mana usage? Iron Shot or Crystal Spear? I think Crystal Spear is better because Crystal Spear deals way more damage and it is a bit more accurate. So I feel like Crystal Spear does one-shot monsters quite frequently in situations where Iron Shot doesn't really. And if you're wondering why I'm not using Crystal Spear then, well, I cannot really afford to use it. Crystal Spear Servitor is pretty good indeed. I could learn it for the purpose of the Servitor, but I don't really feel like I need to. Chain Lightning is at 50%. We're kind of getting there. I kind of want to try putting on a Rove instead of this thing that I have right now. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, that's actually kind of bad. Very inconvenient. Thinking about how I want to proceed with this, I think I'm gonna try to get some mana, but I wonder why Gosag is so reluctant to give me mana. Like, it just straight up doesn't happen. Okay, we got rid of the Tentacle Monstrosity. That's not what I wanted to see. Wonder if I can go upstairs. I already cleared the previous level in its entirety, right? Yeah, so we can safely go here. The servitors inherit my spell failure list risk. They don't. In fact, the way that it works is that if I have a spell below 50%, so in this case I would need to train. No, I wouldn't need to train anything. Like they could just like if I learn Crystal Spear and it is below 50%, it's gonna cast Crystal Spear. And that's like the highest level spell that it can copy, Crystal Spear. So you can train it until it's at 49% and then just like run around casting your iron shots, but the servitor will be casting Crystal Spear. If you don't mind the spell level cost, of course. I wish it was not next to me. Did it die? Oh, the bolt of magma hit something. Straight up died. Very convenient. Alright. I am definitely not a fan of killing all those guys with Iron Shot. Iron Shot really is not made for that purpose, but sometimes it's just the best thing to do. Okay. It is next to me, so I'm just gonna try to kill it with Irradiate. There we go. 3 Irradiates gets the job done. I got the Dragon Skin Cloak. It's an upgrade compared to the +3 Cloak of Fire Resistance that I have. Like, it gives me 1 more point of armor class, and yeah, I like the armor class. It is also a great trophy for killing Tiamat. It grants the wearer a chance to resist fire, cold, poison, electricity, acid, and negative energy. It's a chance, so it's a coin flip. Every time that you would get hit by any of those resistances, it flips a coin, and if successful, it applies 1 pip of the resistance, which is kinda worse than having the specific resistance if you think about it, but it compensates for that with its versatility and also the fact that it is a very highly enchanted cloak. Otherwise very difficult to acquire. Level 25. 21 air magic is where I set my cap on that. That's fine. I think that 21 conjurations, 21 air magic should maybe get this chain lightning thing castable. We're on SOT 3, so there's not really a lot of time left for me to be able to get chain lightning. And I'm even going out of my way to get that by clearing everything. But in reality, it's because I don't know what I would do if I had to fight an Orb of Fire with what I currently have. Like, with the state that Irradiate is on right now, I don't think Irradiate is enough versus Orbs of Fire. Iron Shot also misses a bit too much. I could have gotten Crystal Spear, and Crystal Spear would have gotten the job done quite well, but I didn't do that. Perhaps I should have, however. There it is. Orb of Fire number 1. I'm gonna begin by reading butterflies, I think. Do I want to? Oh, my another key is coming off. Look at that. It's the first time that it happens to 2 different keys in the same day. Let me click out of the game because if I was to press this key in the window of the game, I would die. There we go. All right. So I'm not gonna use butterflies yet, but I will cast. Maybe I will use summoning. That I can afford to use since I have more of those than I have butterflies. Also use servitor, berserk, shadow dragon, berserk source of fire. The arrow of fire doesn't really stand much of a chance in my opinion, though it is kinda destroying the electric golem and the rest of the gang. Your Shadow Dragon dies, but the Orb of Fire is destroyed. Not bad at all. Those guys are gonna be so easy to kill if I get to Chain Lightning. Where is it? Chain Lightning, 38%. So yeah, we're making strides towards it. I think that I'm probably gonna have to equip. Let's make a little experiment. Let's go upstairs for absolute safety. Take off the Quicksilver Scales. That nukes my armor class, but it also makes it so that Chain Lightning goes down to 21%. Perfectly usable. Some horrible things is at 11%, by the way, because I did have to train a reasonable amount of summonings for the purpose of using Servitor. And I could have used that, but I didn't do it. Regardless, I like having 30 armor class. Mm. My gear looks surprising non-artifacty. Did I have poor item generation? I would say that it's the opposite. Between the scimitar and this ring, between this scimitar, you see it has resistance to electricity, willpower, and resistance to corrosion. And this ring has poison resistance, fire resistance, cold resistance, and resistance to negative. So between those two items, I have 1 pip of every resistance. Literally 1 pip of every resistance. So the rest of that is just like icing on the cake. I don't really need fancy gloves or boots. The dragon skin cloak was just like a very late game upgrade that I didn't need. I could even take off this helmet, but I like having two pips of cold resistance. Mm. Yeah, like I do have a decent amount of Randards. Yeah, it's not like some other games that I've had in recent times where I legit don't find anything. Games that haven't really been going to YouTube because I haven't enjoyed them. In general, I try to put only games that I enjoy on YouTube unless it is to like illustrate a point, and I haven't really had to update or upload any games to make a point in recent times. Last time I did that, where I uploaded a game where I didn't win, was like the Hexes cat that I played a couple of months ago. I think I played in like March or so. It was really bad. It was such a bad character. I got howled on, so that means that I'll have to fight some Tsitsi Mime unless I fix that. And I think I want to fix it. Yeah, I think it's worth it to fix that. Mm. Gron is not the nicest thing to see. He can hit pretty hard. 76 plus drain with his weapon. That's a lot of damage. Mm. I wonder if I should step forward and just Arc Jolt everyone into submission or run for my life. I think that I am going to run for my life. Mm. Oh, this one can howl? That sucks. There used to be an indicator that monsters had that told you that if they could howl. Yeah, it can only be used once by a given creature. Pretty nasty, nasty status effect to have on. In fact, so bad that I'm gonna use another potion of cancellation. Because I really don't want to have anything to do versus Tsitsi Mime and that kind of monster. Okay, hello Grun. Let me step away. Blink over here. Pretty good blink. I could theoretically run now, but I can kill Gron. It's just a matter of me gaining back mana. There we go. I have enough mana to fight now. Okay, we are going to be casting Poisonous Vapors. Oh, you have poison resistance? Ah, you just have that. Immune to poison, negative energy, and torment, and resistant to drowning. On death null. Okay, that explains everything. Yeah. Since it has the glyph of none on death null, I thought that it was vulnerable to poison, but it very clearly is not. Regardless, I think that this is my first fight fighting Gron. Definitely the scary part of Gron is the Doomhounds. The Doomhounds are what can kill you. Gron by itself is no more dangerous than a Juggernaut. In fact, I would say that a Juggernaut is more dangerous since it can very easily run towards you and catch you. Gron doesn't really do that. But it is almost impossible to buff Gron since the dudes that it already comes with are super jacked for a 3-rune game. I'm glad that we were able to come back to this character and win it. Well, I guess we haven't really won it yet, but I anticipate that this is going to be a win. Okay, pretty good blink. Yeah, I want to fight in this position. This is great. There's an invisible guy. It's a Draconian Knight, and Draconian Knights are always black, so it is highly resistant to electricity. I don't think it's immune. Oh. Let's see if this gives me a black Draconian Knight. It doesn't. It should give me a black Draconian Knight because that's the only Draconian Knight that exists. Well, that normally generates. I guess the game can still place other non-black Draconian Knights, but it is very, very rare, and it is like something that someone intentionally has to make instead of random monster generation. Yeah, why does that happen? Now matching monsters for such string black Draconian Knight. I find it very, very annoying. But I can always use the learn database to know for real. Black Draconian Knights. So the learn database says that it is 3 pips of resistance to electricity. So I think it is immune to electricity. Everyone here is Berserk. This is actually kind of spooky. Probably this guy is also Berserk. I'm also slow. This is bad. I am going to try reading teleport. Okay. It's gonna take a while for it to trigger. Yeah, big damage. Okay, it's not Berserk. It hit me with a spell, so it is not Berserk. I'm gonna blink twice. I'm gonna blink to over here and then to over here. I thought that it was gonna be okay to fight, but it very clearly is not the case. I don't think I die. Like, I have pretty good resistances. These guys cannot really deal that much damage to me with their ranged attacks. Kind of wanna kill the purple draconian, but I probably shouldn't. Step away, break line of sight, swiftness, haste as well. I'm faster than you are. I know that I'm faster than you are. Am I? Because I'm slow plus fast, so I probably am not. You're purple draconian. Okay, that's nice. Kill the guy. Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that very quickly reduced the tension of the situation, let me tell you. Very, very quickly. Okay, now I should be able to kill all of these guys, since they're not all gonna be Berserk. Yeah, me letting that be the case in the first place was a pretty disastrous mistake that I could have gotten very severely punished by, but I fortunately didn't die. Do you have resistance? Oh, you do. You have Cloak of Poison resistance. Annoying generation. Let me retreat a bit. Get back some mana, summon a Servitor, and have my Servitor and I just spam iron shots. Those guys suck, because Servitor doesn't see invisible. I wish it did. I wish there was a really strong summon for invisible monsters. There we go. At least the poison package still gets the job done when it comes to these guys. Alright, final level of the game. Let's read the magic mapping. Let's see the trap layout. This is not as bad as you would think. It's also not very good, but yeah, it could be way worse. I like the stairs right in front of the bolt, so I just get out and I go upstairs. I'm surprised I didn't bribe SOT. I haven't done it. I don't bribe SOT 1 through 4, but I will bribe SOT 5 for sure. How is this looking, by the way? Chain Lightning. 28% chance to miscast. I think it is worth it to replace my body armor for Robe of Archmagi for the express purpose of learning Chain Lightning and using it. I would also have to Amnesia something. Mm. Okay, for a second I was afraid that I was not going to have any Amnesia, but it fortunately is not the case, and I do have a couple of them. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Mm. What can we forget? Statue form? No, I cannot forget statue form because that's what I would be doing if I was to take off my armor. Airstrike. Airstrike seems like an easy forget. I haven't really cast that in a while. So Chain Lightning time. Fortunately, by casting statue form, I don't really lose any resistances. I don't like the Chain Lightning being at 14%, but at this point, do I want to like? I mean, the best that I can do is just continue training these. Go Sot 5. Oh, look at that! Hello, Mr. Electric Golem. Where did you come from? Alright, time to Bribe Branch. If you bribe before SOT 5, before this point, the bribe is just gonna run out super quickly. And there's no necessity to do that. Like, the guys that are in here are super easy to kill for me. Well, I guess not so super easy, but you know what I meant. Like, it's not like I cannot deal with them without bribing. The bribing is probably better reserved for this part of the game. Yeah, bribing a couple of leeches and orbs of fire is gonna be great. Getting a bribe Tiamat is pretty sick. It would have been pretty sick indeed. But yeah, I am never in a position where I can where I could get bribe Tiamat. The bribe already wore off. Look at that. It wore off super quickly. Let's go for another one. I got a friendly orb of fire. Oh, I got a couple of neutrals. Yeah, lots of neutrals actually. Very few friendlies, but lots of neutrals, and the neutrals are the best thing ever. Oh, I got silenced. Wow, that guy just decided to throw a pie at me from full screen and hit me and silence me. Hey, alright. That's dangerous. Yeah, that's kind of bad. Resistance. Haste as well. Magic scrolls do not work when you're silenced. Just thinking of reading summoning, but of course we cannot do that. I guess I just have to wait it out. At this point, since I already buffed, I'm not gonna drink cancellation, and I think I can like afford to just like tank this for a bit. The Dread Lich disappears. All right. Your hearing returns. Okay, time for actually fighting this guy. Pretty good. Got a friendly killer clown. Lots of neutrals. I should probably drink Brilliance as well. Kind of forgot about it. Dazzling Aura is so strong too. It is. It really is. And it's even gotten nerfed a bit for the purposes of like super mega cigarettes, of course. But it got nerfed. And in a normal 3-run game, you wouldn't really notice the nerf. Hey, look at that, a neutral Hell Sentinel. So it's certainly a welcome sight to see. We don't want to see hostile Hell Sentinels. So I ran out of the second bribe. I'm not gonna go for a third one. Man, look at that. Getting a friendly Orb of Fire here is so ridiculous. I'm gonna tell them to follow me so they don't fight in the choke point, and I can actually support them. Mega 627 during the tournament. I could have done that, but I just like it's really not my thing. I don't have enough patience for that. I feel like I can go for like maybe 3 or so, and after that I'm like, okay, I'm good. I want to play another character. Um, but I did do one cigarette in the tournament with that obscenely strong character that is yet to go to YouTube. Oh, look at that! The Orb of Fire actually hit me with a fireball. Funny thing. Fortunately, I have some pretty incredible resistance that makes it so that it's not much of an issue. Oh, by the way, I switched to Chain Lightning, and I didn't really cast it. It's gonna be good for the Orb run, I suppose. Wow, I trained for Chain Lightning, and I didn't really use it. Should I go for a cigarette? Because I feel like I could do a cigarette. Do you know of any Megasig videos you could watch? Just curious what Megasig looks like. Difficult. I actually don't know of any. I don't think Canine or other people who do Mega 6 have recorded their runs. Maybe Bob and Alice. Like, I saw that Bob and Alice was doing Mega 6 characters, but I don't think he has recorded them. Anyway, we're done with SOT 5. Do I really want this to end right now? I think that I could probably go do a bit of a cigarette for the purpose of just flexing Chain Lightning. So 11%, perfectly castable. I will do a cigarette. Let's go do that. I hope that it doesn't get me killed. If I win this, I have a 50% win rate in this version because the first character of the version died to a Quokka, like pretty much immediately. Found a Quokka, got hit for 9 damage or so. It was pretty bad. Par for the curse for Quokkas, such deadly creatures. Hello, Railbird. Thank you for stopping by. Good to see you around. Yeah, like, you know, the craziest thing about that is that, like, it's insane. Quokkas are disproportionately dangerous for what they are in real life. Like, they are the least offensive thing that exists. If you have never seen a Quokka, you should Google for a picture of a Quokka or so you can see what it looks like, because they really don't look like something that could kill a level 1 character in Crawl. Chain Lightning just gets rid of everything. Not really an issue. Let's see how far we can go. I don't think I'm gonna go all the way, 27, but I do want to cast a couple of Chain Lightnings since I already got it after all. I also kind of want to try the new Arc Jolt spell. Yeah, 0.29. Did you get to play the tournament, Railbird? Just like out of curiosity. The tournament just ended a couple of days ago. This Sunday it ended. Pretty okay ring, but not what I need. I don't really need anything too, by the way. Oh, Lochaber Axe. Oh, Lochaber Axe. I'll win with it. I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up because I love Lochaber Axe. You had a fun start where you opened the starting dungeon door to a pack of jackals. Yeah, it's so rough when that kind of thing happens. It is the worst thing ever when you open a door into a pack of jackals with almost every character. Very few characters can survive that. Yeah, in case you don't know, Lochaber Axe is a pretty cool on-run dart that uses either Axe's or Polearm's skill, whichever is higher, and it has the properties of an Axe and a Polearm combined, so it hits everything in a radius too surrounding you. It's pretty crazy strong. I would love to use it on a character, but it is very difficult to, get. I'm gonna try to go for Haze Brilliance. Ooh, look at that. For once, Gozag actually provides me with what I want. Chain Lightning, Chain Lightning. The only level that this is not gonna really work with is gonna be the levels of the Iron City of these. Those ones are not really levels where I can get away with casting Chain Lightning. Oh, you were in Las Vegas? Oh, I see, I see. Sorry to hear that. Um, that explains everything. Mm, let's continue with this. Okay, we should. Oh, Royal Mummy, mummies again. Um, Haste. I wanted Brilliance, but Haste also does the trick. Spellbinder. We are gonna leave Spellbinder on the floor. It really is not an item for my kind of character. Interesting that we've been getting decent chunk of mummies so early into the game, or like into the cigarettes. Hmm. Okay, we got some elves. Both elves are super easy to kill. Chain lightning or no chain lightning. You know, I have come to appreciate this spell a lot more I since I played in the tournament with that character. It was a pretty good character. Mm. I wonder if that allows me to cast Chain Lightning with the Quicksilver scales. Let's take a look. It kind of does. It's at 13% chance to miscast 30 armor class. I like it. The damage, it's 3 dice of 82. Like, it's 3 dice of 82. Am I going to complain about 3 dice of 82? No, I'm not going to. I probably should drop the vulnerabilities. We're never gonna be using that. Should I forget about something here? Probably shock. Probably we can forget about static discharge as well. I don't really see myself casting that in a cigarette. Okay, we got a swamp floor. Very easy. Couple of casts of chain lightning gets the job done. You forgot Bogu instead of shock? Ah, but Bogu is nice. I like Bogu. Mm, not like I really need the spell slots anyway. Mm. Oh, I forgot Bogu instead of shock. That's what you meant. Ah, it's fine. It's fine. I can relearn Bogu or not. Or I actually will because it's actually good for a cigarette since it hits a large area of effect. Okay, we got some bolts monsters. Probably should have chain lightning on the quiver. Let me do that real quick. Chain lightning on the quiver. There we go. Took a bit of damage there, but nothing too severe. And so far, well, early cigarette, but still, it's been going very easily. Yeah, I really gotta convince K9 to start streaming, because K9 is definitely a huge aficionado of doing mega cigarettes, and yeah, no one really does that on stream. So I feel like a decent amount of people could watch that. The people who are interested in seeing Mega 6 anyway. Okay, nothing there for me. Let's continue. We got crypts. This is a crypt level. I'm amazed that this profane servitor actually tanking all of that. His brilliance is pretty good. Let's get that. Would have like some mana to go with that, but it's fine. There we go. Probably a bit of overkill. Didn't really need the haste and brilliance. But I didn't know if there were gonna be more monsters after that. I think this character could go do extended very reasonably. I'm not going to, but I think it could. I am just gonna get the 27 Conjurations title. By the time I get out of here, I should probably have that, or be dead, one or the other. But I think that I'm gonna have the title. Another potion of experience. This time I'm gonna start collecting them since I'm already at experience level 27. Mm. Okay, snakes, very easy to kill snakes. None of them resist electricity after all. Dexterity plus 10. This is actually a super decent dexterity or like stat plus 10 item, which is a very rare sight to see. I'm gonna pick it up because of that. Give me this. Macabre finger necklace. I also want to pick that up since it's an on-brand art. What could we drop for the macabre finger necklace? Potions of light can go away. Laya Tank of Order too. Do I care about the Laya Tank of Order? I mean, it's a cool item and everything, but I think that I can drop silence. Like this is really not the kind of character that would ever give use to scroll silence. Executioner. Okay, that's definitely the kind of situation where you just immediately go into statue form or mummy form if you have that, but I don't. Brilliance and magic. Okay, we're getting brilliance, of course. Ikis, the Panlord. Iron Shot, summon horrible things, blink, dispel undead, and abjuration. Pretty nasty. Resistant to electricity. Oh, I got minus cast. I got sap. I didn't really realize. That's kind of nasty. Servitor is not really gonna get a lot done, so I'm just gonna suck. Or like I'm just gonna suck it up. I think that's how you say it. I'm just gonna hold on until I can cast again. Then cast Chain Lightning. But yeah, the delay is actually quite significant. The sap status effect is super nasty. The torments are actually starting to scratch, or like are actually starting to get kind of worrisome. Though since I am in statue form and I have a lot of resistance to negative, they don't really do as much as you would think, but they're still pretty bad. You don't think you've ever seen the sap effect? There's a demon spawn that applies it. I think it's a demon spawn warmonger. Half mortal, half demonic creature. Now more beast than whatever species it is descended from. Devoted to combat disrupting the magic of its foes as it battles endlessly. And it has sap magic. Tains a targeted creature's ability to cast a spell. Casting a spell while afflicted with this condition causes the target to lose access to their magic, briefly preventing them from casting any further spells. It used to be that it increased the difficulty of you casting spells, so like it gave you more and more failure rate, which was pretty messed up as well. At least you can get rid of the minus cast from SAP with Potion of Cancellation, so it's not the end of the world if you do get affected by it in a situation where you absolutely have to cast a spell. It's still pretty bad regardless. I'll get the money. After all, I am a worshipper of Gosak. Money is always good for worshippers of Gosak. Ooh, Farflore. This is gonna be spicy. Also gonna need some buffs for this. Yeah, that's gonna be annoying since I'm gonna get malmutated quite severely. Butterflies? Maybe on statue form. I'm not gonna need statue form for this. Nasty. I have some pretty good mutations and some pretty bad mutations. It kind of balances out. Larger Tank of Order. I could wield that. Does this give fire resistance? It does not, and I'm not gonna need those resistances. But I am using a shield, so I cannot wield it. Yeah, bucklers are shields, which prevent you from using two-handed weapons, unfortunately. But it was a good call, Larger Tank of Order. Chain Lightning is at 4%, looking pretty good. We are absolutely getting to 27 conjurations. Unless I die here, but I don't think I'm gonna die here. I already have Brilliance. Let me drink Haste. Let me drink. I think we're good. Like, Brilliance and Haste is gonna be all that I need. Okay, let's go ahead and fight these Orbs of Fire then, before I get too heavily malmutated. Literally, the only thing that I care about are the Orbs of Fire. The rest of the monsters are negligible. As you can see, however, Chain Lightning deals a substantial amount of damage to them. Can't read scrolls in my current state. Okay, that's delightful. This is not the time to have minus a scroll, by the way. Oh, I wanted to drink resistance. It's a bit too late for that, and I'm not gonna die. Yeah, it's very tame far floor, by the way. You do a mega cigarette, and by your fifth or sixth cigarette, you would get a floor like this, and it would be only orbs of fire. I have seen when I did my own mega cigarette, there was one instance where I had like 30 on the screen at the same time or so. I don't remember the exact number. It probably was more than 30, but yeah, it was super messed up. Chain Lightning does deal with them pretty well, however, fortunately enough. Okay, that was kinda sketchy, but we were able to survive. I lost a lot of my good mutations, didn't really notice. Well, in that case, let's drink potions of mutation. Still have the worst mutations in the game. I lost my helmet. I don't like that. Let's drink another one. Still have the horns. Still have the horns. That's fine. That's fine. Definitely not nearly as good as it used to be, but that's fine. I miss my robustness. 7 Oklov plants. Alright. What is this level? Is it no idea what this level is. Yeah, but it is nasty, alright. Look at how much damage I've been taking for T7 from getting hit by a bolt of all things. Yeah, pretty much from damnation and getting hit by a bolt. Well, I am going to read blinking away from that. Blinking. This would be what I would use Fogu if I had one, but I don't. So I am going to use butterflies, I suppose. Gonna drink ambrosia. Gonna drink my heal wounds. That's fine. Now I will cast Chain Lightning, I think. The Titan is not really gonna die from Chain Lightning anytime soon. Better kill it myself with Poison. Because we still have that. Shoutouts to Poisonous Vapors. What's the Crawl IRC yeah, it's not a configuration, it's Lua Dark Magic. If you scroll to the bottom of my RC file, you'll see that I have a huge script that does that for me, in case you want to copy it. You need to copy the entirety of that into your RC file, otherwise it's not really gonna work. But yeah, it's very useful. And pretty much what it does is that it takes a look at how much HP you have compared to the previous turn and it just prints it on the screen. Very easy thing to, or like very simple. I guess it's not really easy to make since I wouldn't really be able to replicate that myself if I had to do it from scratch, but pretty simple how it works. Pretty useful too. Ever since I added that to my RC file, I started winning more, I feel like. Since it is very assertive when you get hit pretty hard. You can even modify. There's like a section of the script that you can freely modify. You can change it to whatever you want it to say for whenever you get hit pretty hard. Mine says my favorite eyeballs. Yes, that's what it says. My favorite eyeballs. Draconians shouldn't be very difficult. After all, I have Chain Lightning. So earlier in the run, just a couple of minutes ago, I was having issues with Draconians, but I didn't have Chain Lightning. Now I do. And Chain Lightning very clearly gets the job done. Didn't really kill everything, and I'm not quite at the amount of mana that I would need to be in order to kill the rest of those guys. Also don't have or don't have Ice Blast, which would be my go-to in situations like this. I have Wand of Roots instead. Kind of a shame, but I can just blow them up with Wand of Mind Burst. Beautiful. Orange Crystal Plate Armor. That I will not pick up, since it's just way too heavy for me. Alrighty. Amassing a sizable amount of money out of doing this. Cigarette 19 out of 25. We get. Ooh. This is a nerd level. This could get nasty. I don't like this one bit. Yeah, this is a pretty rough level to do. Let's drink a Brilliance. Let's drink. Oh, by the way, these guys got nerfed. Yeah, now when they're rolling, they hit for 54, and when they are not rolling, they hit for 27, from 32 and 64, respectively. Big nerf to those. It makes them significantly more reasonable. And it only took a few versions for them to finally get nerfed. They're still pretty absurd monsters, but significantly more survivable than they were before. So we have Brilliance. Let's also drink Haste. And that's pretty much all that I need. Yeah, Iron Giants are kind of spooky. The worst thing that I could see here is Hell Sentinels. I think Hell Sentinels can spawn here. Not 100% sure, since they're more monsters that I would associate with the Iron City of these, but I think they can still generate here. Jeez. As you can see, the Iron Giants are extremely nasty, throwing monsters at me. Fortunately, I do have Blink, so I can just blink away. Into safety. But not twice. Okay, no longer corroded, still hasted. Let's try to regen a bit with some of my 29 potions of curing. Because I don't have heal wounds. Alrighty, this should be fine. This would be the time to have Shatter. Definitely Shatter. LRD would also be kind of okay, but not as good as Shatter. Shrikes too. Yeah, sharks are not that bad. I have resistance to corrosion, pretty decent defenses, and they die super quickly to what I'm doing. What I'm most worried is like iron golems because they have ridiculous HP and immunity to electricity, so killing those with chain lightning would take forever. Uh, and Iron Giants as well because they can throw the Iron Golems at me. The Iron Golems are not fast, so I can just like walk away from them. But they are currently being supported by some pretty messed up dudes. Um, this Iron Giant is almost dead, so I'm just gonna Iron Shot it. And there it is, a Hell Sentinel. Um, ouch. Metal Splinters 458, pretty bad. Hasted Potion drinking, just potion of curing after potion of curing. Um, I don't like the torpor snails. The torpor snails are especially messed up. I need them to die like right now. Yeah, that's not good. I don't have heal wounds. Mm. This is probably one of the most difficult levels that I could have gotten. As you saw, the fire floor was not really an issue, like at all. But this level is something else. Let's try to get some heal wounds from this guy. Heal wounds, curing, and magic. That sounds delightful. Let's try to get some haste as well in there. Heal wounds and magic. I guess I'll get that. One more? Let's drink curings. Yeah, it's not like I'm gonna run out of curings. And I'm also only gonna do one cigarette, so whatever. I don't think the next floors are gonna be as messed up as these, because this specific level is actually very rare. The elemental floors are unusual to get. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but the Iron Golem very heavily outlasted the Hell Sentinel. Yeah, they're kind of insane monsters. Pretty decent ring, but I'm not gonna pick it up because I don't need it. So far, this cigarette adventure has been sponsored more than more than Gosag. It's been sponsored by the Amulet of Vitality. Yeah, it's such a strong item, the Amulet of Vitality. Um, let's continue. Let's continue with this 20 out of 27. I anticipate that we're not gonna see anything more difficult than that. I think we're done. And then I get hit by double damnation. Hey, all right. Um, yeah, you can do anything that is not damnation because damnation is the only thing that can actually hurt me. Um, the elemental attacks don't do nearly as much as damnation would. Mm, really need brilliance here. Yeah, this would not be going as bad if it hadn't been for the double damnation at the very beginning. That kind of ruined everything. And even then, like, I'm still healthy enough to fight, right? Hello, Prince Cosmo. Thank you for stopping by. Good to see you around. We're playing Kroll with a pretty strong deep elf. I did 3 runes and I got Chain Lightning by the end of SOT 5, so I was like, let's take this Chain Lightning thing for a roll in a cigarette. And so far it's been fun. Haven't really died yet, so that's a pretty good thing. I think we are probably out of Draconians. Maybe. Man, this character is so strong. It took a while, but it is so strong right now. Certified strong character. Yeah, in case you're wondering why I am taking very little amounts of damage from all of these guys, I have very amazing resistances. 3 pips on fire and cold resistance, 1 pip and everything else. Amazing resistances indeed. I mastered their magic. Alright, let's train spellcasting and fighting. I got a manual of fighting at some point. Let's take advantage of that to get some HP. So I am not running around in a cigarette with 160 HP. Arc plate. Arc blade is not really something that matters for this character, so I'm gonna leave it alone. Let's continue. We got a swamp level, very easy. Nothing to truly be worried about here. Being a worshipper of Gosag and not doing a cigarette is like sinful. It feels to me. Since it's like really easy, Gozak is just super busted for the purposes of doing lots of cigarettes. You remember being caught off guard by how much damage Bonyips do? They really blow you off. They do pretty much as much damage as a Juggernaut. Juggernauts have 1 attack that deals 80 and 1 attack that deals 40, and Bonyips have 3 attacks that deal 40. So they both have a total of 120 damage. Yeah, goodbye globes. Hello, gauntlets of war. Completely unnecessary for this character, but they give me 1 more armor class, so they're theoretically better. This character has very rarely melee. Like, I don't have melee skills, nor I will get any melee skills at all. Maybe with tomorrow's character or something. So we got 22 merfolks. It's gonna be easy shoals level. Look at that. You know what I really want to do? I want to go for Arc Jolt here, see how that does. This is gonna be great. I don't think it hit everything. Yeah, I don't think it hit the guys that were like on the back. Didn't hit everything. Yeah, you can see that it stops after a certain point. Looks pretty nice regardless. That was an interesting experiment. Let's stop dying now and cast Chain Lightning. Mana? No mana? No mana. 3, nope. Brilliance is pretty sweet. Don't want Berserk. Berserk is extremely bad. I guess more haste. Or Might and Brilliance. It's pretty much the same thing. Haste? More haste? Yeah, because it stacks. Heal wounds, curing, and magic. That's beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted to see. And we are done, pretty much. Other than this harpy, we're done. Yeah, Scales of the Dragon King. Not something that you see very frequently. Not gonna pick them up, however. Would have been fun if I had used those to pay for my treasure trove earlier. My collection of potions of experience is progressing quite nicely. I have 6 now. I did drink 1 because when I entered the cigarette, I was not experience level 27. I was 25 and then I leveled up to 26 and then I drank 1 for 27. Oh, let me continue training this actually. Only fighting. This is Abyss level? I think it is an Abyss level. Unfortunately, Chain Lightning doesn't go beyond your line of sight, so these clouds of steam are very annoying. No brilliance. I want brilliance. Whatever, I'm not gonna get it. It's fine. However, I don't really need it, but it would be quite convenient to have it. Maybe drink brilliance. Yeah, instead of trying to get it from Gosak. 6 potions of experience, sheesh. Yeah, this is a pretty strong character. I almost lost it at a couple of occasions, but fortunately it didn't happen. Um, hmm. I've been spending a lot of money in this specific cigarette. Alrighty, not bad, not bad. Just out of curiosity, my Chain Lightning deals 3 dice of 88, which is not really that much damage. During the tournament, the character that I have yet to put on YouTube had significantly more spell power on its Chain Lightning, much earlier than this character. But it was, yeah, it was an interesting run, that one. Mm. I didn't really play as much as I would have on previous tournaments because I'm not a fan of 0.29. But the few characters that I did play and that I did win were very enjoyable characters, I have to say. Mm, been taking a lot of damage here. Yeah. Is it because of Berserk? I think it is because of Berserk. Or like not Berserk, Torment, that's what I meant. Um, Seeing Berserk on the potions offered by Gosak is always the lamest thing. Right now I had an option that gave me Berserk and other really good stuff that I wanted, but I really cannot get it because it includes Berserk, of course. If only Berserk wasn't such a bad status effect for a character like mine. I hear legends of the fabled Gosag offering, where all 3 offers have Berserk. That kind of thing would kill me. So yeah. This is a great ring. It is unfortunately -4 strength, but other than that, it's incredibly good. It is so good, in fact, that I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna win the game with it in my inventory. Mm. I cannot put it on because I am using Quicksilver skills. Ooh, I'm not using Quicksilver scales anymore. Now I'm using the Raw Folly. The Raw Folly is such a broken item. Um, if you have never used the Robo Folly, it is crazy strong for when you finally get to the point where you're casting level 9 spells like this character. It gives you permanent brilliance, sets your willpower to 0, and gives you 8 intelligence. So Mm, yeah, I guess this is fine. Look at this. My character got so much more powerful out of doing that. And I still have some pretty respectable defenses, 2318. Does the zero willpower not hurt a lot? Yes, it does. That's why you want to wear it only when you can spam a level 9 spell. Because the best defense in this game is having overwhelming, ridiculous, infinite offense. And the Raw Folly kinda gives you exactly that. Overwhelming, ridiculous, infinite offense with the halving of the mana cost of your level 9 spells. Now it only costs 5 mana instead of 9 to cast Chain Lightning. Um, So you do have to worry about a bit when you see monsters that have very strong hexes, of course, but it's fine if you can one-shot them before they can inflict those very powerful hexes on you. Also, that will permanently fix my problems with my mana. Like, I won't run out of mana anymore, period. Mm. We got a swamp level. Lots of nasty monsters. Yep, as you can see, mana going very well. Defense Trader Witch there could have paralyzed me, since my mana is now set to 0, but it was not really an issue because I killed it before it could do it. Plus 11 Bamp Greatsword. That's a pretty great item. Not for my character, but pretty great regardless. Alrighty, it would be funny if using the Row of Folly killed me here. I would find it slightly funny. I think there's one guy with a Hex in this level, but it should be fine. Let me get Haste. 3 Might and Resistance, nope. Haste and Resistance, I guess so. Also, I need Brilliance. Well, Brilliance doesn't matter, but I want Heal Wounds. Yeah, there we go. Brilliance doesn't matter because I already have Brilliance. Statue Form is gonna be more than enough to do this, I think. Ouchie. This has been hurting. Between the Brilliance and the Amulet, near infinite mana. That is correct. Severely damaged, almost destroyed. I think I can just get rid of the Royal Mummies with one more cast and then blink away. Didn't kill them, actually. Almost destroyed. One more cast. Okay, this is where I called it. Let's blink away. This would be where I would drink a ton of curing to, heal back up after all that torment. But unfortunately, that's not something that I can do. But I can on statue form at least to give myself more actions. Doing this without Fogu is actually super messed up. I hadn't really noticed. I would love to use a scroll Fogu right now, but I just can't. Yeah, all these these Curse Skulls, that's Scarab, sorry, Royal Mummies that I'm seeing on the screen would be blocked if I had access to Fogu. But instead of that, I have Butterflies. Butterflies are really strong in some instances, in some circumstances. Really weak in other ones, however. Yes, of course, it torments, because that's what it does. That's its thing. Ouch. One more. You miscast Chain Lightning, delightful. I don't have enough mana. Oh, because I have that melded. That explains everything. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. Pretty nasty. Let's see if this guy decides to be generous and give me heal wounds and mana. And it does. It gives me exactly what I wanted. Heal wounds and mana. Let's go for another one. Both of the options that I would like to get that have heal wounds have Berserk as well. So I'm grabbing the one that doesn't have Berserk. My extra speed is starting to wear off. I'm gonna have to refresh that. This is level 26. The level 26 mummies without mummy form is very, very difficult. It is to be expected to just have a bad time in it. Oh, I accidentally used Potion Petition there on something that I didn't even see. I'm glad that it was not something that gave me Berserk. Mm, I wonder if I should use Attraction. Yeah, the thing about Chain Lightning is that the closer the monster is, the more damage it's gonna take from Chain Lightning. Yeah, look at that. I legit just exploded that Royal Mummy. It died in a single cast of Chain Lightning. It was at full HP and then it died. It was beautiful. Mm, yeah, this is pretty rough. I think I beat them. I think I just cast it again and they die. I died myself. You know what killed me? Retaliatory damage. It's fine. Yeah, killed by a Royal Mummy's Death Curse. I needed that not to happen, and then I would have been fine. Um, if you want to do cigarettes with mummy form. Yeah, because if you don't do them with mummy form, you're gonna have that happen. Sometimes I get lucky and I get like, oh, it's level 25 lure and level 26 swamp and level 27 snake, super easy. But then you get mummies and then you die. It's just like a matter of luck. Yeah, I was not gonna survive that because I was also affected by my own potion of attraction. So yeah, it was just fated to be. Anyway, I don't feel bad about that because I enjoyed that character. I might even put it on YouTube. I consider that to be a win since I even did SOT 5 and everything. Um, but whatever. Next time, do that if you want, or do that with mummy form if you want to.